Hello everybody, welcome back to my Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous Azata playthrough. Yeah, last time we just did the beginning of Act 4 and got familiar with our new home base, and I said I was going to check out what's through this portal because we didn't do that when we were searching around. Yeah, Ulbrig, Ember, Darren, Woljif, Arushale. Great. You need special talisman coins to see Alushinyrra's portal network. We have one. We have Baphomet's one, don't we? This is not going to work for us because we didn't do it in the opening bit. That's where we have one of these coins, yeah. Gold coin with Baphomet's mark. Am I missing something? We have a portal. Did I miss an opportunity there by not doing it in the opening sequence? Is the game just not going to recognise that we have a coin? Okay, well that's a bit concerning. Maybe I'll check what that's about to see if I've missed anything or not. Anyway, let's go to Alushinyrra. Yeah, that's the party we want. Right, we're going to we looked around here a tiny bit last time, but we're going to properly look around here now. Let's just check our... Yep, our formation's fine.
Rules are made to be broken.
Darren, get on Fenris. I like the music a lot for Alushinyrra. This kind of thing going. Alright, we'll want to hop up here.
Hesitation is a waste of time.
Oh, I need to select if it's mass. There you go. Now I'll have Woljif pick the lock. Use the lock pick.
This is my kind of work.
Nice. Search in here. What are you guys talking about? I hate that scumbag, Ember. He promised me a fight with Gelderfang, and the whole league jumped me and knocked me out cold. The champion didn't even show up in the arena. Is there any significance to these glowing things on the roof? Doesn't look like it. Well, that's down there, that's why we can't activate it. Right, do another mass dimension door. Come down here.
Always watch your back.
Right, this is a bit of a maze to navigate, but let's see what we can find. No, we want that to come down, please. We want to go through here. It's a slave. Nothing to say. Beggar. For just 1,000 gold coins, I'll off your enemy as if he was the puniest quasit. As a member of the Assassin's Guild, I bet my life on the result. Something tells me you're lying to me. I ain't just saying the same thing. There's a certain cycling dialogue. Alushinyrra guest. I had this buddy called Blob. He was a gladiator. Once Blob got a minor injury, just a broken finger, so he went to the arena's healer. Well, this healer comes back the next day and said that Blob died during surgery. Living in Alushinyrra sucks if you can't fly or move using magic. Yeah, it is a bit annoying.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Oh, there's the tavern. No skills from this book. Any changes happening when we look around? No. Did we have a quest telling us to go to the tavern? It wasn't Greyballs, was it? No, Greyballs, we already know where we're going. Okay, we'll look in the Bad Luck Tavern. Oh, a ring. Just sitting in one of the rooms.
What's that glitter?
Okay, there's a trap there. Where's the disarm? Boy, it is a Bad Luck Tavern if the rooms are...
This is my kind of work.
the rooms are trapped. A few days ago, a bunch of tentacles crept out of the crap drain and dragged away a couple of drifters. Those bums screamed like they were being torn to pieces. We nearly laughed our heads off. Okay, there's another way outside. Okay, so this is the bulk of the tavern. So we can go to the Nexus. Or maybe the Baphomet coin leads there. So that's why we couldn't see it when we travelled from that one. I guess we would have learned that more clearly if we tried it during the introduction. There's stuff all over the place. Red Mask. You've got a name. I'm going to talk to you. Get lost. I'm not looking for drinking companions. Here I was thinking you having a name meant you'd be important. Burgaz. A wrinkled demon with broken fangs and a missing eye stands before you. The eye socket is occupied by a large, squirming, multi-legged insect, yet it seems not to cause the demon any discomfort. He greets you with venom in his tone. Welcome to the Bad Luck. I am Burgaz, the innkeeper. Our establishment holds a high standard of service in that it's better to eat and drink here instead of a ditch. Sleep here at your own risk. Drown the rest of your life in cheap swill, or purchase goods of the highest quality and dubious origin. Upon giving your entourage an appraising look, the demon adds in a silken voice, We accept payment in gold and slaves. What about dragon bites? Do you accept those? I'll show you payment, you big meanie. Where can I find Nocticular? The demon goggles, then bursts into deafening laughter. Tiny bugs fly out of his maw. Wiping away bloody tears and giggling, he grabs a particularly nimble insect and tosses it back down his gullet. You can find her in the palace, mortal. The thing is, she won't just see anyone. The last person who had the nerve to show up uninvited now lives in the catacombs, and everyone calls him Scrap. Care to guess why? I don't know who you think you are, but you will not be allowed on her doorstep unless she invites you herself. And to receive an invitation from Nocticular, you've got to be an influential and renowned figure in Alushinyrra. Or you could do something to piss her off. Sometimes those two things are one and the same. Angering a ruler is in their own okay. Angering a ruler in their own denizen, Sounds especially stupid and dangerous. When do we start? How do I earn an invitation from Nocticular? The demon shrugs. Your chances are slim, but you look cocky. So you could try the gladiator fights in Battle Bliss. Everyone loves a good butcher. The dirtier and bloodier you fight, the more respect you'll earn. Only fools fight fair, so you must prove you know the ways of the fighter's craft. The crowd will love you if you torment the loser before finishing them off. Make them shriek, squeal, and beg for death. And then you can count on having the fight of your life. You will face an Nehidrian League champion. Your death will be a symphony of suffering the audience will forever remember. Most can only dream of such a fate. You can cozy up to someone in the upper city. The more influential your patron, the more respect you will be shown. Just remember that in Alushinyrra, only the most skilled predators make it to the top, like Lady Valexia. More often than not, their offer of friendship is an introduction to their intrigues, and they will get into your head, twist your thoughts, make you hate yourself, and make you destroy everything you ever loved with your own hands. That's their idea of fun. If you know how to, shall we say, solve problems, you could try to get under Chimera's wing. She presides over the harem of ardent dreams in the middle city and rules Alushinyrra. Lady Nocticula does not stoop to such trifles herself. Commanding this city is dirty, bloody work, and Chimera is always in need of capable assistance, especially since she changes them as soon as they start to reek of her dark deeds. Walk through the slums. Everyone you'll see there tried to climb higher but fell into a trap. There are plenty of warnings in their incoherent ramblings. I'm the commander of the Galarian Crusaders. Show some respect. So you're a big deal on Galarian. So what? This may come as a surprise, but Crusaders don't have much authority in the Abyss. Here everyone sees you as an outsider with a doubtful past. If you want to carry any weight here, you'll have to build up your reputation. Tell me the latest rumours. The demon pours a shot of liquor that smells of blood and bitter ash. No problem. Have a drink and we'll talk. 500 gold. Deal. The demon observes your face with obvious interest. The liquor stings and fills your mouth with the foul taste of salt and rotten fish. What do you want to know? Tell me about Alushinyrra. In short, there's no order in this city. There never has been and never will. There are no laws here, as we demons spit on laws. The only law here is might makes right. Take everything you can and give away anything you can't protect. Obey those stronger than you, and maybe they'll devour someone else. Everyone does what Nocticula says. We split Alushinyrra into 3 quarters. The lower city, the middle city, and the upper city. The elites live comfortable lives above. The fools and losers rot below. And everyone else sits in the middle and dreams of climbing up, though they mostly fall. Each quarter is walled so that no one goes anywhere they shouldn't. Guards watch the gates. Although in truth, the guards are just a bunch of the most vicious and violent demons who carry out Nocticula's commands. If someone cuts you down in front of them, they won't interfere unless she orders them to. Then again, if you decide to bash someone's head in, they won't concern themselves with it. The only reason they might chase you away is that they want to loot the corpse themselves. The important thing is, don't kill anyone in front of a crowd and don't bother guests from other planes. Nocticula has her reasons. She's trying to turn Alushinyrra into the interplanar bazaar of the Abyss. And as you walk around Alushinyrra, keep track of the time. Oh, not in some tiresome don't waste your time sense. Watch the time as if you were in a jungle and a predator was lurking in the brush. It might pounce on you and freeze you in place, stealing days, months, even years. You wouldn't notice any change, and everyone around you would grow old and forget about you. In the Abyss, time is a fickle and unruly thing. Tell me about this quarter. The demon points to a bottle of liquor. Imagine Alushinyrra is this bottle. The lower city is the bottom. The explanation is quite apt, as the bottom of the bottle is coated with foul-looking scum, and a dead insect with 2 fanged mouths is stuck to it. A cesspit. If someone or something needs to be eliminated, they send it to the lower city. They say the arena is the heart of the quarter, but that's nonsense. This whole quarter is one massive arena. Everyone here is a murderer, a thief, and a scumbag. The bloodshed never ceases, and the denizens of Alushinyrra watch it with delight and wager on who will emerge from this lake of blood. You may think of the slums as a useless appendage, but they are the main source of entertainment for the city. Tell me about the other quarters of the city. The middle city is all about trade. The 10,000 delights offer sex. The flesh markets deal in slaves and weapons. The mercenaries and assassins sell the death of enemies. The most successful business person of all is Chimera at the harem of ardent dreams. Her merchandise is Nocticula's favour and the favour of the powers that be. The upper city is for those who already have everything and have no use for trade. Imagine if you were to create a creature of divine power that could live in complete comfort, free of almost all limits. That's the kind who live in the upper city. You'd be wise to stay away from them. In the lower city, they'll just kill you and defile your corpse. In the upper city, they'll pull your soul out through your nostrils with a red-hot needle, cook it into a stew, then force you to eat it, and wash it down with a cocktail made from your eyes and marrow. Are there many folks from Golarion here? Quite a few, but most of them wear special accessories. The demon draws an imaginary circle around his neck. They're slaves is what I mean, or meat sometimes. We do get some free ones from time to time, scum as a rule, the only type who can survive amongst demons. You humans can survive anywhere, even in the cauldron of madness that is Alushinyrra, just like cockroaches, eh? Maybe we'll wait till we have Grayball with us till we ask about Willidus. Everything's clear. One last thing, mortal. You must have noticed that Alushinyrra was not built for your kind. It would be easy for you to get lost in our streets and die an inglorious death if you don't know how to fly or teleport. But why should I want you to die while you're still drinking? Take this. If you lose your way, take it to any arch and it will transport you here. Nocticula's idea. To aid guests from other planes such as yourself. Show me your wares. The demon kicks open a large chest filled to the brim with all sorts of things. There are weapons and bloodied clothes. It seems these items once belonged to visitors from many different worlds. Here you are. Have your gold ready. I don't offer credit. The demon's voice drops to a whisper. By the way, I have something unique I can offer only to you. A Nihidrian crystal. It holds incredible power. What's a Nihidrian crystal? I mean, we do know what these are, but we don't need to tell him that. You mean you haven't heard of them? But everyone in Alushinyrra talks about them non-stop. Well, listen. This lot of demons appeared, and they were so strong you couldn't help but wonder how they acquired such power. And the strange thing is, those same demons used to be common riffraff. But then they became, well, I don't know what they are, but whatever it is, it's strong. Rumour has it these supposed Nihidrian crystals are the source of their power. Nobody knows what they are or how to get them, but everyone wants one. The word has grown quite popular. These days everything in Nihidra is Nihidrian this and Nihidrian that, no matter where you look. It's all hogwash and lies, of course, but my crystal is the real deal. Don't ask how I acquired it. That's my secret. But I could sell it to you. I mean, I do think in reality that it's fake, but we'll go along with it. Fascinating. I'm interested. Where is it? You said you were selling the Nihidrian crystal, yeah, in quotations. 50,000. This amulet grants the wearer +1. That's rubbish. Yeah, that's definitely fake. Mostly just potions you're selling, aren't you? And we'll buy a recipe. Let's sell off all our junk. We're carrying a bunch of weapons we don't need as well. Yeah, dump it all. We do not need 50 scimitars. That's for sure. And we don't need a bunch of this armour. Sold. And while now we'll do talking in here first. I was about to say I should apply buffs because I do think you can be attacked almost anywhere around here. Let's talk to the familiar face. This halfling, with his horribly burned face and crimson white lens eyes, looks strangely familiar. After a moment's recollection, you remember his features. This is the sobbing man who stumbled into a nest of Vescivores and lost his sight as a result. That was ages ago. Luckily for him, you arrived just in time to pull him out of that ditch, only for him to end up in an even more dangerous and sinister place. Who are you? The halfling scans you suspiciously with his terrifying red eyes. He speaks in a silken voice while his hand carefully hides under his clothes, where undoubtedly a weapon is hidden. The name's Sam Crow, and just who are you? Don't you recognise me? I saved you from those Vescivores. For a few seconds the halfling is silent, stunned, and then exclaims in excitement. From one eerie eye a single bloody tear appears, out of sheer emotion perhaps. I thought your voice was familiar, but for the life of me I just couldn't remember where I'd heard it. So it was you. What a surprise, what a joy. I thought I was a goner, and then you grabbed me by my skivvies and snatched me out of the claws of death. I never had a chance to repay you. When I came to, I looked around and there were crusaders everywhere. My first thought was that they got me, that they'd caught up to me, those pious dogs. I hadn't noticed that I was unbound and unguarded until later, when I took off running. I wasn't right in the head, you see. I had a nasty fever. I didn't even get the chance to meet my saviour. But not this time. I'm not going anywhere. Here, take it. This is for old Sam Crow, the scoundrel, who still lives and breathes instead of lying dead in that blasted canyon. Ashmaker. What's wrong with your eyes? I thought I healed you. The halfling grunts grimly. The Vescivores left some crap behind. Some kind of sorry, I'm stumbling all over the place. Some kind of acidic slime. Or maybe those wretches laid their eggs. I don't know. Whatever it was, on the 7th day my left eye went dim, and on the 9th some sort of shadow spawned in my right one. It kept wriggling in there. A healer in the battle bliss cut out my old eyes and sewed these in instead. Now I can see in pitch darkness, and tell differences in temperature, and do a bunch of other stuff. A master of his craft, that healer it was. Ruthless, though. How did you end up in that crevice? As soon as those crusaders started mopping up our forces in Canabris, I knew it was time to split. Them Eagle Watch interrogators snooping around everywhere asking questions. Just how did the Baphomet cultists get into the city with such ease before the attack? You know, half our agents are scholars, not spies. Catch one and he'll rat out the rest. So I was out of there in an instant and on my way back to my mates. I wish I could have found a proper guide, though, so I wouldn't have fallen into that Vescivore nest. Why were you scared of the Crusaders? I mean, he just told us, wasn't he? He's a Baphomet cultist. As I was legging it away from Canabris, I just couldn't shake the image of the gallows they'd hang me from, for treason and all that. You wouldn't believe all the stunts I pulled off. I smuggled Lady Monalgo's letters into the city, hid cultists under the guise of merchants' guards in my own home, brought Faxon into the Tower of Estrad, did some research on the Blackwing Library for Lord Xanthir. Who showed the demons where the Crusader barracks were on the first night? Me. They were all cut down, unarmoured and half asleep. When the resistance gathered at the Defender's Heart, who was it that found out and told the demons about it? Me again. The whole thing hinged on messages and spies like me. That's why the Crusaders would have gladly hung me if I were caught. Why work for the demons? All for wizardry knowledge. I've always been curious to a fault, especially when it comes to magic. Once I was allowed wizard books, there was no stopping me. So I met a guy who let me read a whole bunch of banned books. It wasn't until later that I found out he was an apprentice of Xanthir the Plagued One himself. Now, that one knows a lot. So, I asked to be the Plagued One's apprentice too. That's how I chose my side. What are you doing in the abyss? The halfling gives you a sly smile, which looks rather creepy with his red eyes. Same thing you are, hiding. You're one of us Baphomet agents too, right? Why else would you hole up in this dump with me instead of fighting over on Galarian? I have a keen eye, and I can spot a fellow cultist from a mile away. Sam Crow grins smugly, clearly proud of his own insight. We're not going to kill him. We're on break. We're no longer the head of the crusade now anyway. I'll be going now. You take care, and remember this is no Galarian. Things are rougher here. Milara. Who are you? Greeting you with a nod is a middle-aged sorceress with short dark hair, a skinny face, and prominent cheekbones that bring to mind images of predatory birds. Despite the dark circles under her eyes and her overall worn-out look, her voice sounds friendly and welcoming. Hey, you're not a local, are you? Have you come from Galarian? That makes us fellow countrymen, since I hail from Absalom. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Magister Milara, a certified specialist in resolving magic-related issues, and the captain of an airship called the Starcatcher III. What's the sorceress from Absalom doing in this rat hole in the middle of the abyss? For a couple of seconds, the woman's gaze grows distant, and a bitter expression appears on her face before quickly fading. I suppose you could say I'm trying to cheat my own fate. In the current stage of my life, the abyss seems like the best port to call home for me. There aren't a lot of experienced and, at the same time, trustworthy captains around here, so I never sit idle. You seem honest. How do you manage to survive in a place like this? Frowning a little, Milara crosses her arms in a resolute gesture. I see what you're getting at. You're asking how a captain who doesn't grab everything that isn't bolted down, a captain who doesn't steal cargo and doesn't throw passengers overboard, how can they survive surrounded by a gang of bloody pirates? My answer is simple. My principles protect me. I strictly follow the unwritten aeronaut code. I never ignore those in distress, I never attack other vessels, and I honour the integrity of the cargo that I am entrusted with. Maybe I look like an idiot to the other captains, but I don't care. My doggedness earns their respect, even if it also provokes their ire. Besides, they know I'm stubborn, and I'll defend myself to the very end. I suppose that's the real reason why they haven't slit my throat and seized my ship yet. I'd like to know more about you and your ship. I can understand your curiosity. You won't find another ship like the Starcatcher III in the Abyss. Actually, captains like me are a rarity here as well, for obvious reasons. Tell me about your ship. Starcatcher III. As you can guess by her name, not the first ship I've captained. But she is, without a doubt, the most technologically advanced, and she has been through the most amazing adventures. She's the most reliable and neat vessel you can find in the Midnight Isles. She and I, we've been through serious hardship more than once, but my ship has never failed me. Once, Starcatcher III even made a short raid to the Rift of Repose, the place where the souls of murdered demon lords slowly disintegrate, imprisoned inside crumbling stone sculptures. Plus, I should also note that Starcatcher III has a unique reputation in these parts. She has never participated in pirate raids, never transported smuggled goods or slaves, never passed by other vehicles in distress without providing help, and never been in service to any of the demon lords. I can't think of any other ship in the Midnight Isles that enjoys such a good and honest reputation. Milara utters the last words with pride, as if she were talking about a living creature instead of an airship. Who works on your ship? I hand-picked my crew personally and extremely meticulously. I tried to recruit those who are not completely corrupt by the prevailing customs of this place, let's put it that way. Even here there's a chance, a rare one, but still a chance, to meet a mortal with a good heart, and someone who, though poisoned by this malicious environment, is not yet beyond redemption. I do my best to help these people, and if I'm successful, I give them enough gold so that they can relocate to some other plane, then I send them on their way. I hope that this way I'll be able to save at least some decent souls. Alas, in this case, failures come more often than successes, so to protect my good-hearted but corrupted crew from making irreversible mistakes, I have to rely on some spells. With a smile, Milara taps her finger against her temple. I call it disciplinary thought correction. Starcatcher III, so there was a first and second? The cheerful smile of the sorceress fades away. Starcatcher II crashed on the rocks of Alinthia. I'm going to have a trouble with so many of these demon names. We were sailing over Mahara Island when a mutiny broke out. It's an evil place where discord and hostility fill the air like a noxious miasma. A part of the crew tried to seize the ship. The others remained loyal to me, and a massacre ensued. Defending myself, I had to fight my friends till I was the last one standing. The last survivor, all by myself. I barely managed to guide my ship to Alushinyrra, but when I was bringing her into land, the rocks tore into her like a fishmonger gutting a fish. Starcatcher II was irreparably damaged. As for me, I escaped with a couple of bruises and a chipped tooth. The sorceress squeezes out a bitter smile. As for Starcatcher I, was because of her that I decided to settle in the Abyss. How'd you wind up in the Abyss? The face of the sorceress becomes grim. Her words seems to come from somewhere cold and remote, as if from the grave. I was once a member of the... Oh, what is this word? Alushinyrra. Okay. I was once a member of the Alushinyrra, the most prestigious magic academy in Absalom. Back then I was a captain too, and I delivered special cargo and passengers at my colleague's request. I'd been assigned to a risky and extremely important rescue mission in the plain of Abaddon. I had to rescue a group of Pathfinders who had gotten into hot water there. I literally ripped them out of the claws of the Gravedigger, the Herald of Xiphus, god of accidental and pointless death. And that son of a bitch never forgave me for that show of disrespect. He put a curse on me. People around me started dying, both those I cared about and those I've never even heard of. News of horrible, pointless and tragic accidents that cut lives unnaturally short followed me wherever I went. But nothing happened to me. I managed to get out of trouble, any trouble, without a scratch, even when violence raged all around. I tried to get rid of my curse, but no one could lift it. Soon after that, Starcatcher I was wrecked in a terrible storm. Then I decided to go into voluntary exile and stay away from the plains, where civility, mercy and common sense are valued. Here in the Abyss, I can at least avoid mourning those whose lives are cut short due to my curse. Besides, the Abyss is insane and bloody enough even without me, so my cruel fate can add very little to this crazy whirlwind of aggression. I understand. I'm always at your disposal. I'm leaving now. Fair winds to you, too. If you find yourself in need of an excellent warship and a skillful captain, just let me know. Okay. Maybe we should stay the night. I'm imagining we'll get attacked if we stay the night. Can we go down here? Okay, so that's a way outside. Let's go out this way first. Yeah, this takes us to a different spot, doesn't it? Okay, I'm going to apply buffs quickly. Right. Now we have no shortage of buffs. Yeah, look at this. So things like Bless now last for 24 hours and Shield of Faith lasts for 24 hours. I even put on all like the resist fire, acid and things because they normally only last for 10 minutes, but now because Darren's got greater enduring spells, they also last 24 hours. The flow of lava rushing through Alushinyrra to the oceans originates from somewhere at the very top of the city. Yeah, the benefit of...
Gold.
Oh,
It's mine.
what have you seen? Oh, is this that trap up there? Okay.
Careful now.
Oh, there's something there as well. That means we can even potentially get a rest in without losing the buffs. Alushinyrra honours Arushale, Finder and her friends. Well, Arushale, you got people who know you here. A group of dirty beggars in tattered clothes have gathered around a handsome young man with messy dark hair. The crowd is clearly hostile, but he doesn't seem to notice. He gives the beggars a charming smile, completely oblivious to the sharp shivs glinting in their hands. Geocot. The young man has a glove puppet on his hand, a dragon made of rags with buttons for eyes. He raises it up and begins to ventriloquize in a surprisingly deep voice. "Hey, you lousy parasites, who's in charge here?" The young man lowers his puppet and beams cheerfully. He addresses the crowd normally in a warm, friendly voice. "I would like to invite your leader to a romantic dinner, with candles. I'll pay for everything, of course." Watch out, they might cut your throat. And I think they're a very sweet citizens. The beggars whisper among themselves. You manage to catch a few snippets of their conversation. He's crazy, leave him be, and what if he bites you? Before the crowd disperses. The young man jots something down in his notebook. Where are you going? I'd like to talk to you. Part of the problem is it's really hard to know what you've triggered when you hear that ding. Okay, that was a trap. Maybe we'll find him at the bar. Okay. So we can keep looking around this way. A sturdy door locked and covered with frightening carved pictures.
This is my kind of work.
The Rotten Guttery. Okay. Try that out in a sec. Zara and Zorges. The sound of your footsteps startles the demon, and she gives you a baleful look. You have disturbed me, mortal. Why have you broken my solitude? On second thought, save your answers. Your reasons do not interest me. A boy of about 12 stands next to her. The boy examines his wrists, which are covered in strange round scars that look like they may have come from suction cups. His inflamed skin, burning eyes, and general appearance suggest that demon blood runs through his veins. He lifts his gaze and gives you a long, sad look. Who are you? I am Zara the Grim, mortal worm, the most skillful explorer of the dark depths of Ishtar. I learned from Master Willidus himself, the trusted mage of Our Lady in Shadow. One day I will surpass my master's skill and take his place. Everyone knows this, including Willidus himself. So next time you dare address me, do so with respect if you'd like your head to remain on your shoulders. What are you doing? I'm listening to the ocean and waiting for this worthless whelp to recover enough strength to plunge back into Ishtar's depths. What a shame I cannot walk its path myself. How ironic that the most coveted mysteries are revealed to the most pitiful of creatures, mortals. Who is this boy? The demon gives an arrogant snort. Xerxes is my son, the best of my offspring. He is helpful and obedient, which is the only reason I condescend to take care of this wretched creature. Address the boy. Are you alright, kid? The boy flinches as you speak to him. He looks at you with amazement, perhaps even fear. Then his eyes dart to the demon. Mother, may I speak to her? The demon's voice holds suspicion and anger. Don't speak to the boy. What do you want with him? Are you plotting to steal him away? Be warned, if you lay a finger on him, you will regret it. I mean, there's an option to try and free the kid, so I think we'll probably go for that. That seems like that's Nest Steel. But we'll talk to her a bit more. What are you doing to your son? Tell me the truth. The demon frowns haughtily. Do you truly think I will answer you, worm? I grow ever more inclined to destroy you as well. Mother tells me to dive deep, to places where moonlight never reaches. Down there The boy stops, his words drowned out by the demon's angry hissing. Sorry, Mother, I won't say any more. Champion, how can we allow this child to remain in the hands of this cruel creature? Normally I would say we have no right to deprive a child of their parents' love, but these creatures do not know love. Yeah, I agree with you, Hand of the Inheritor. What would you want for yourself, Zorgs? What would I want? In the depths nobody knows this word, want, and I wasn't taught it on the surface either. I know how to obey, dive and be quiet, but I don't know what to want. What can I want? Stop addressing my property, worm, or I'll pour the waters of Ishtar down your throat and let the ocean's tiny mollusks devour you from the inside and turn you into their shell. Yeah, we're going to free the kid. Taking a child away from a bad mother is not a crime, but rather a good deed. Be gone. The demon looks you over, and the confidence in her eyes fades. She shrugs. You want the boy? I don't care. He's yours. I won't fight over a trifle like the life of some mortal spawn, especially since it's nearly exhausted its usefulness. Take him and do what you want with him. Well, that was easy. Zorgs. The boy you saved from his wicked mother gives you a look that is both sad and mature beyond his years. I sense a certain darkness within this youth, hiding deep inside. Yet he himself is not evil. His soul is pure and kind, as a child's soul should be. The boy is silent and focused, as if he too heard the voice of the hand, and he suddenly responds. Does this spirit speak the truth? Is there really darkness inside me? But how can I carry evil in me yet not be evil? His gaze pierces you as if he wants to say something else, but reconsiders at the last moment. Ember gives the boy a broad smile. It's all right to be different. I'm different too. The commander has lots of odd friends. Do you want to be friends? Zorgs shrugs silently. I think so. I don't know how, but I'll try. What do I need to do? Nothing. We are now friends. You don't have to do anything to be friends. You just have to want to be friends. Can you see and hear the hand of the inheritor? Yes. He glows and he is not evil. I think I am like him, but I feel there is an irreconcilable conflict between us. It is unfortunate. So this child can hear and see me. He is not evil, nor is he a sorcerer, a mage, or a wizard. He wields no spells that could reveal the unseen, and carries no such spells cast by someone else. He just sees. What powers does this youth possess? Who are you? Mother named me Zorgs. I'm a creature of her making, and until recently I was her creature in every way. I had many brothers and sisters, but none survived her research, so I was the only one left. Now that my mother is gone, I don't know who I am. Am I Zorgs? But that name means nothing. It was whispered into my mother's ear by Ishtar. So who am I? Tell me about your mother. Her name is Zara the Grim. She used to be a pauper, a diver who collected what Ishtar had taken. The ocean has no floor, so she recovered whatever hadn't sunk too deep. But those bounties were as generous as Ishtar is harsh. No one knows the ocean as well as she did. She knows the safe passages and she guides ships, swimming at half speed so they don't fall behind. She is a child of Ishtar. She was created in it. Her first cry burst from her lips the moment she broke the surface, but many centuries have passed since her incarnation. She is dark like Ishtar, cruel like Ishtar, powerful and uncompromising like Ishtar, fertile and merciless towards her children like Ishtar. What magical experiments did Zara perform on you? I'm too young. I don't know enough to judge them. We'd go to the shore, to Ishtar. She'd feed me potions, then force me to dive, deeper and deeper each time. By the time I was 8, I could dive so deep the water pressed on me from all sides, and my body no longer wanted to ascend. I had to stay there as long as I could. Then I'd come up, my nose bleeding, and sometimes my mouth and ears as well, even my eyes. The next day, Mother would make me drink a different potion, then send me down again. It was so dark down there. I could feel the touches of strange, dark things. Sometimes their vibrations reached me as if they were communicating with me. On those days, I vomited black slime. I tried to hear their voices, but I never had enough time. Mother would be furious, beat me, brew a new potion, then make me dive deeper, stay longer. The last time I spent 7 hours in the water. There were so many vibrations, they enveloped me. I then realised I am neither food nor an enemy, though I have the blood of the enemy in my veins. What does it mean? I don't understand. It was a little boring, so I imagined I was a giant octopus floating in the deep, waiting for my prey. I'm afraid no one else will tell you more about me because you angered my mother, and she is vindictive. So what are we going to do with you now? I'd rather not go home, and I have nowhere else to go. What do they do, those who have nowhere to go? I don't know. Maybe I should live in Ishiyar? Champion, you have no right to leave him here by himself. He needs care, and fate has entrusted you with this child. I have faith that you will make the right choice. Yeah, of course, we're not going to send him off on his own. Explain how to get to the Nexus. You will find a refuge at my camp if you so choose. The boy nods solemnly. Thank you for not deciding for me but granting me the right to choose. Others have not done this, so I will accept your invitation. The little one is now safe in our care. Neither his cruel mother nor a remorseless kidnapper will cause him further harm. I'm glad we share a belief that children should not be victims of such evil. I am certain that young Zorgses will be better off on Galarian. There we go, we did a good deed. The Midnight Isles, the Abyssal Realm of Nocticula, can be found in Ishiyar, the great ocean of the Abyss. Is that all that's up here? Oh, well, we didn't go into the Rotten Gutter yet, did we? Let's have a look in here. Oh, there's a door. And a lot of loot, it would seem. Is that a trap?
I sense something. Something is not right here.
Okay, disarm the trap.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Is there another one? I don't think so. Guess just a large amount of loot. It's alright with me. Okay, back outside. God, my throat's pretty sore today.
That's easy.
I've doing a lot of talking. Even before I started this. Okay, there's stuff up there. And there's stuff over here. Let's do another dimension rift. I'm not sure if wands recharge
What's that glitter?
when you sleep or maybe they don't recharge at all. Wooljeff, did you just fail to disarm a trap? I think that's the first time this entire game that has happened. You see? Oh no, I did it with Nest, that's why it failed. Do you only get one chance to disarm? That's annoying.
My tail is restless.
I guess we already triggered it though, so that's alright.
This is my kind of work.
Oh wait, search in there. Okay, there we go, we can get on this roof. Did you forget something here, mortal? Be on your way. This is where I, Death's Reaper, come to hunt. No. But what if you make a good prey? I think you might, yes. You really shouldn't have come here. I don't know, I'm hoping I'm tougher than you. We fought Death Snatchers before. Oh, okay. His AC's really high. Is this going to be another case where we get absolutely wrecked? Okay, do instant enemy.
I will resist.
Oh, this is going to be like that last boss fight, isn't it? Okay. Let's use Quicken. Where is it? Yeah, Quicken, Metamagic Rod, do Prayer. And do Protection from Evil. Yeah, attack the weaker ones. Get them out of the way first. Okay, Wooljiff, definitely do a quickened haste. We need that. And then, yeah, do a full round attack. And then Nest. You already did, yeah, we did the buffs that we need there. Could do Song of Heroic Resolve. No, I'll just do Vampiric Touch on the Citizen. Okay, they're gone. That's good. Ivor, you try attacking Soul Hunter. Oh yeah, the AC is very high. A. No attacking Ember. We have hard rules here. Also, I need Ember because her hexes are vital for this. Okay, do Fortune on Ulbrig. And then Cackle. Okay, if they're going to buff, that's fine. Stop this one from attacking Ember. It would have been better if you'd killed it, but fair enough.
Prepare yourself.
You too, Darren? Okay, they're dead. Good. Right, Wooljiff. You go and attack. Well, let's turn off Piranha Strike so you are more likely to hit. And then attack right? Soul Hunter. Still missing all of them. That's great. That's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Any way we can make Nest's attack stronger. Could turn off these. We'll try hitting a normal round, see how that goes. Do full damage as well. Do force punch attack. Oh wow, okay. This thing's AC is nuts. What is the actual AC? Let's look at the numbers. Armor class 60. Okay, we need to turn off power attack then. That will give us a better chance. Okay, give fortune to Wooljiff. Do a swift... oh yeah, we can do a swift spell, can't we? Do a quickened heal on yourself. And then do... yeah, cackle. Oh, wow. We need to do Innovate strategy again. That's what worked last time. Okay, Ulbrig, turn off lunge and power attack. That should give you a better chance. Still 20. It's because the enemy did prayer. Turn off rapid shot and turn off deadly aim. And then do a full round shot elucidate. Still not enough to lower the AC. Okay, come here, Darren. Do Burst of Glory. Should increase things. And then do Cure Moderate. Oh no, do heal on Ulbrig instead.
I
will see to your demise.
Okay, Woljif. Return, do precise true strike on yourself. And then a full round attack. Perfect. That's good. Getting a critical is better than nothing. What's their dexterity like?
Cover me!
Where can I see their stats? Dexterity 41. Okay, yeah, ignore their do press in attack to ignore their dexterity. We're going to do a true strike attack.
Stab their backs.
There you go, that's better.
That.
Ivory turn off power attack. That's better. Okay, I'm not worried now. We did alright. Ember, do another protective luck. Actually, no, don't. Do try and hit it with a Hellfire Ray. Great, there you go. Don't scare me, demon. Well, you did a little bit, if I'm honest, but you weren't as bad as the one we had to fight before. That's why it's good to always be buffed in this area, because things are nasty.
Everything has a price.
And they're just hiding on roofs, waiting for you. Okay, teleport back down here. Great. Let's go back to the Bad Luck Tavern. Wait, was that a level 6 belt? It looks like it. Assailant's belt. Whenever the wearer of this belt of dexterity +6 confirms a critical hit for the next 3 rounds. Well, that's amazing. We'll definitely give that to Nest. And the dexterity and constitution belt, that can go to someone else. Perhaps we'll put it on Ember. Wouldn't hurt to give her more constitution. Great. What's up this way? It's going to be the middle city. That's a guard. I was about to say that thing looks nasty, but... Okay, so that's a guard for a different district. Okay, so that's how we go. That's a way we can go up and down as well. Hmm? What's happening? Game? What are you doing? Okay. Babua. Ouch! Alright guys, that's enough. I get it, it won't happen again. Just not my eyes, not my eyes. Move your hands, scum, or we'll break the other one too. I said move it. A group of demons, laughing with glee, is kicking a skinny babu crawling up on the ground. Not your eyes. Fine then, your belly. Here, have some of this. What are you doing? You're hurting him. Ember dashes towards the demon laid on the ground, shielding him from the blows. Stop! What? Why are you doing this to him? Huh? Who's that? The demons goggle at the girl. I'm just a mortal. Weak and silly compared to you. I'm a mayfly. One moment I'm here, the next I'm gone. But you'd better listen to what I tell you because I've lived more than you have. Listen to her carefully. This might be the most important thing you hear in your entire lives. Yeah, we're going to support Ember preaching to demons. Yeah, right. We've always dreamed of listening to what a charred piece of meat has to say. The demon draws close to the girl and looks her over with contempt. What's with all the riddles? What do you mean you've lived more than us? It's very simple. I haven't lived very long, but I have friends. Those I can protect. Those who are glad to see me. There are many sad things, but I still know what happiness is. But you? Beating, biting, fearing, hating each other. Are you really happy? And if you aren't, is this any kind of life? So yeah, I've lived a lot, but you've spent centuries and centuries without really living. Bah! This mortal brat, this lump of meat is going to preach to us. The demon gives a predatory sniff, bends down and shows off his mouth filled with sharp teeth. You know what makes me happy? Gobbling up tasty pieces of meat like you. Ember looks at him serenely, reaches out and strokes his horn head with her burned palm. Poor thing. You are so hurt and scared all the time. You feel a bit better for a while when you torture others and forget about your suffering. But is that really happiness? The demon recoils from her touch. There is a combination of surprise and terror on his fearsome face. Are you crazy or something? The demons stand around Ember. Their faces show caution and rapacious interest. It is clear that they are slightly afraid of the strange girl who shows no fear, but at the same time they see no obvious threat. We'll do the good option. Ember, this demon is wounded. Words are all well and good, but let's help him. Oh, you're right. How embarrassing. There. Ember whispers a spell and the demon's wounds heal. The Babu jumps up and runs away from Ember and the demons who are beating him. Screw you, I owe you nothing. Of course you don't. Ember smiles serenely. I helped you for just one reason, because I wanted to. I hope you'll be alright. Ha! For no reason? You're stupid. No one does anything without a reason. She's a witch. Probably wants to sell us something. Some magic potions or herbs? Come on, show us. What do you have? What? I'm not selling anything. I just want to tell you how much you're missing. I mean, you're free. Freer than anyone in the world. But you use this freedom to make life miserable for yourself and everyone else. Just think how much happier you could be. Ember keeps preaching. The demons listen, occasionally interrupting with laughter and obscene jokes. Finally, they grow bored and walk away. They left. Do you think they understood anything? We could do the good option. If anyone in the world can convince a demon to repent, it's you, or the chaotic option. Who knows? Even I'm intrigued to see how it will turn out. I like the good option. I like to encourage how she, her goal of trying to convert everybody to being good. If anyone in the world can convince a demon to repent, it's you. Thank you. But it's not about me. There is kindness in every creature, even in demons. They just forget about it for some reason. You know, I was thinking. I tried sending prayers to the demon lords, and I tried talking to demons in the street. But one of the demon lords lives right here in this city. Nocticular, right? What if I tried to talk to her? Not through prayer, but in person. You're going to meet her sooner or later, aren't you? Please take me with you. I'm sure if we meet face to face, like you and I are talking right now, I'll be able to convince her to stop being so mean. You'll take me to her, promise? Yeah, you'll be with me, Ember, for sure. You're with me all the time anyway, so... I guess we got a new companion quest. Lore check.
I did it!
The symbols inscribed on the wall belong to the language of the Titans, the first creations of the gods, and themselves the creators of the sinister Demodans. Ivo, what are you doing up there?
Precisely.
Are you stuck? No, okay, that was just a glitch. Thought she might have been stuck up there. It's time to draw knives and stabs the guards. Alushinyrra is a free city. I'm not going to talk to the guards yet. Word on the street is that Shivaro seized control over the succubi from Minago, but they're both alive, which means they struck some sort of deal. Okay, there's another trap up here, is there? Oh, there's a lot to keep track of as you're running
Always
around.
watch your back.
What did you just spot? Is it a trap? I know you got a perception check, but what was it off? Yeah, we've heard that one. Not a freaking chance you're gonna get a fair shake from Alushinyrra. She'll chew you up and spit you back out. You'll be right back here in the slums before you can blink. I'm telling you, if she wants something from you, go find it and sell it to someone else for a heap of... I think we've heard that one before, actually. Those freaks are whispering up there on the roof after driving us away. I wish I could spill their blood. You were told to come up with 100 coins by tonight. Where are they, beggar? Hey, who are you? You teleported in out of nowhere. Oh, that's just ambient stuff, I guess. That's some heady dope and no mistake. I feel like I could rip the head off anyone. Hey, you outsider, how about I rip your head off?
Can we retreat already?
Okay. You want to start a fight with me? I will oblige you. Okay, turn lunge and power attack back on while I remember. Okay, I did turn... Yeah, I turned everything back on. Turn off perfect strike. Just do a force punch attack on the wrecker. Instant kill, lovely. You turn back on rapid shot and deadly aim. Try and hit the bard. You guys picked the wrong fight. I guess they're drunk, so it's understandable. Save your quickens, just do prayer.
Precision and grace.
You two, Warjiv, turn off your quicken to give us haste. Although I don't think it's necessary for this fight. Try and insta-kill one of them, maybe. Cool. And do a Hellfire Ray. You guys have gone down easy. It's pretty pathetic. The signs on the wall indicate that a drug merchant can be found here. In the Abyss, there are many poisons that can plunge mortals and even demons into nightmares. Okay. Okay, there's people up here. Let's go and see what they're doing. Do another Dimension Door Mass. Come up here. Gambian Alchemist. Look who's strolling down our street. Don't you know there's a road toll here, precious? Pay up.
I will defend my dream.
Nope. Got to deal with the riffraff. Do Vampiric Touch on this one? You're not as scary as the other thing we fought, so...
Make your peace.
Nowhere near as scary as the other one. Insolent demon. Goes down easy. How many bombs can you throw at a turn? Darren, why are you... You weren't standing close to us when we did our teleport, were you? Okay, Ember. Try and insta-kill the Defiler. No, it didn't work. That's okay then. Do command greater, actually. Command halt. Just try and shut them all up. Perfect.
Stabby or zappy? Why not both?
Nest, do force punch. Oh. So I don't like force punch that much. For on high difficulty, it wouldn't actually. The fortitude roll would fail most of the time because we're not that high up. It ends up landing. I did give echolocation. Yeah, I gave echolocation to Alushinyrra. Darren, you can just stay down there. You're no good to me. Try a Phantasmal Killer? Nope.
Distract them from me.
Perfect.
Prepare yourself.
Handled. Sorry. Okay, Wardge, if you come down here and deal with this trap.
This is my kind of work.
And go and deal with this one too.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Okay. Yeah, I guess this guy warned us about the potential threat that's up there. Nest, do another teleport. I'm going to save in case we run into another difficult enemy up here. There's loads of loot up here. Oh, and this time we left Ivy behind. And Alushinyrra. Ugh. That's annoying. Is there more up here? No. Okay, just come back over. We'll have to go over here and pick up Alushinyrra and Ivy again. Which is wasting our dimension door, but oh well. And one more, hop back down. Get in a very condensed group, I don't want to have to come back up and get you. Perfect. All together. Is there anything more to find around here? Okay, we've got a portal that we can go into. Experiencing the bliss. What's that? Find someone who can arrange a fight in the arena. To start conquering the battle bliss, the commander should first find the person in charge of arranging the fights. I'm guessing this is the arena. Yep. there any reason to use this while it's shut? Doesn't look like it.
Careful now.
Nearly running out of some of our buffs, aren't we? I mean, why not? Let's have a look in the arena. Okay, pick the lock. Oh, we saw this guy before. Giacot, a handsome young man with tousled black hair, strolls casually towards the demon surgeon. Oh, master of stitches, artist of the scalpel and genius of the surgical profession. Tell me, is your heart free? The young man has a glove puppet on his hand, a dragon made of rags with buttons for eyes. He raises it up and begins to ventriloquize loudly. His voice is surprisingly deep. Also, do you have an hour of free time tonight? How about a romantic dinner? Are you trying to flirt with him? The young man gives you a sly wink and continues his conversation with the demon. Arena healer. No, I would not say my heart is free. Right now it contains 3 copper rods, 200 grams of enchanted quicksilver, and a fair dose of lima liver extract. He pauses and gives the young man an appraising glance. But I could give you an hour or 2 of my time, for something other than dinner. Has anyone ever told you you have beautiful, smooth skin? I happen to be in need of some. The young man deftly steps aside to avoid the demon's outstretched claws. He jots something down in his notebook. Is this guy researching the demons or something? Wouldn't it be amazing if the champion of the arena finally faced a worthy opponent? You look like you're in charge here. A stern but tired-looking tiefling observes you politely. His clothes look expensive but tasteful. He is carrying a large bag, and every once in a while it moves and twitches as if something is inside. Welcome to the Battle Bliss Arena. My name is Zeklex. I am the arena steward. Irmangaleth is the master of the arena, but I help him manage its affairs. You look like you're new here. Did you come to spectate the fights or to participate in them? The tiefling has a surprisingly open and honest face. After all these demons, he looks strangely normal. The tiefling looks you up and down with the calm professionalism of a person doing an unpleasant job with diligence. You wield both blade and magic, a classic approach for the arena. Most of our gladiators do the same, to a greater or lesser extent. The broader your arsenal, the lower the chance you'll face an insurmountable opponent. Irmangaleth. I remember a demon called Irmangaleth. He was a vile, cunning murderer. He had a way with words that was just as deadly as his skill in battle. There's a rustling sound from within the tiefling's bag, and an imp peeks its head out to look at you. He has large drooping ears and stares at you with his huge, unblinking eyes. Then, as if suddenly shy, he darts back into the bag and vanishes from sight. I'd like to know more about the Battle Bliss. What would you like to know? The arena's operations are simple. It functions like a pyramid. The spectators are at the lowest level. Regular gladiators are on the next tier, followed by the members of the Nahidrian League. The champion towers above them all, and the master of the arena stands on his shoulders like an omnipotent god. Who is the strongest fighter in the arena? The champion's title is currently held by an incubus named Gelderfang. He is the deadliest of Irmangaleth's fighters, serves as his bodyguard. He is a true artist of death and destruction. Of course, there are the other fighters in the Abyss who are more dangerous, but no one can kill like he does. He makes every death exquisite, and prolongs the agony and suffering of his opponents. He can transform any fight into a spectacular show. He turns combat into a performance. and knows how to create a dramatic spectacle out of the most mundane match. There are only two things Gelderfang wants in life: pleasure and murder. They are his obsessions, and he finds that obsession every time he steps into the arena. After all, everyone in Alushinyrra knows his name, and the audience yells it at the top of their lungs every time he kills one of his rivals. What is the Nahidrian League? It's an odd name, I admit, but it's in keeping with the latest trend, Nahidrian. It's a very popular word in Alushinyrra these days. The Nahidrian League is led by the arena's current champion, Gelderfang, and only the very best gladiators can become members. The fighters of the Nahidrian League belong to Irmangaleth, but not all of them are demons. Alushinyrra serves as a crossroad between multiple worlds, and the fighters come from many different planes to perform in the arena. I've heard of Nahidrian crystals. Do you get them if you're a member of the League? Zeklex gives you a faint smile. They'd like you to believe that, but no. The members of the Nahidrian League are no different than the Nahidrian booze vendors in the tavern, or the Nahidrian whip supplier at the flesh markets. None of them actually have access to the crystals. I've heard that Nahidrian crystals contain immense power. Gelderfang would love to have one, and there are rumours that Irmangaleth promised him a crystal in exchange for his services as a bodyguard. Of course, it wouldn't surprise me to find out that Irmangaleth was lying. I'm not sure even if he knows how to get his hands on a Nahidrian crystal. Tell me more about what happens in the arena. The Battle Bliss is a gladiatorial arena. You must understand, fights are a big deal in Alushinyrra. They are the city's primary source of gossip and entertainment, but there are much more than that. These gladiatorial matches serve as a kind of ritual, a daily offering to the demonic way of life, and these daily offerings, these rituals, are performed in the Battle Bliss. In a way, it's more of a temple than an arena. The arena is the only reason this city is still standing. Without the Battle Bliss, the demons would have brought Alushinyrra to ruins long ago. But instead of tearing down the city with their rage and their desire for slaughter, they come here to quench their thirst for blood. You see, the arena gives them a sort of release. It allows them to satiate their lust for violence. Who runs this place? His name is Irmangaleth. I can't say this. Irmangaleth. He is a Gambian. He was born in the Abyss as the offspring of an incubus and a mortal woman. Incubi are naturally persuasive, but Irmangaleth's father was especially skilled at using his words to manipulate and control. Well, his son inherited his silver tongue. His ability to influence a crowd is unmatched. With just the sound of his voice, he can instantly instigate a riot, or make a screaming group of demons fall silent and listen to his every word. When he warms up an audience, the spectators are ready to jump into the arena and fight the gladiators themselves. I'm attempting to do a Brummie accent here. It's a bit all over the place. You can say this guy's lived in the demon realm, so his accent could be a bit muddled. You don't know how long he's been here. I'd like to know more about you. The tiefling smiles wryly and addresses the imp in his bag. You see, Crow, this is why we work so hard to climb the ranks. We wanted to be important, and now look, this stranger wants to know all about us. I guess that means we're finally a big deal. Who are you? I'm the arena steward. My position is prestigious, but my success is hard-earned. My life has not been easy. I grew up on the streets of Alushinyrra. I was a street urchin, an orphan. I'm the result of an act of violence committed against a helpless slave woman. I've always been weak. I've always been surrounded by those who are bigger and stronger than me. All my life I've had to rely on my wits to survive. Out on the streets, I scrounged around for food and tried to avoid becoming someone else's snack. Fortunately, I had someone to look out for me. The tiefling takes a small piece of dried meat and holds it close to the bag. Quick as a flash, a scrawny paw darts from the bag and snatches up the treat. Crow has been my companion for a long time. He is also my partner in business. Together we saved up our money, one coin at a time. We made allies, we sought out opportunities for advancement. We've worked hard to climb the ranks of society. In the beginning our goals were simple. Never starve again, never live in poverty again, and never fear for our lives again. Trust me, those goals aren't easy to accomplish here in the Abyss. You have to be very influential in this city to achieve any of those things, but we've managed to make our goals a reality. In fact, we've done quite well for ourselves here in Alushinyrra. What's your role here? Imangaleth is an artist, not a clerk. That's why I have so many responsibilities. I search for new fighters, I make the fight charts and arrange the fights so that the opponents are evenly matched. And of course I organise all the matches. Unfortunately, my master has a habit of interfering with my work. He's been very involved lately, and as a result the fights have been terrible. The combat turns into meaningless carnage. There's no skill or strategy involved. And of course no one wants to place bets on fights like that. Everyone already knows who's going to win. They aren't even fights anymore, they're just public executions. That's also a form of entertainment, of course, but it's not what our audience wants. Woljif perks up. Bets, you say? I wouldn't mind betting a few coins. What's your cut of the winnings? Zeklek's voice takes on a monotonous tone, like a rustle of dry, dusty pages in a thick accounting book. Our normal cut is 20%. That number goes down 10% if the betting ratio is 3 to 1 against the winner. It goes up 30% if the odds are 3 to 1 or more in favour of the winner. You don't look like you belong in the abyss. The imp peeks out of the bag and the tiefling grins as he pats his companion's tiny little head. That's because I like to stay organised. When I was growing up, I made mental lists of all my possessions, my money, my enemies and allies, my schedule and my goals. I was weaker than everyone else, and these mental calculations helped me to survive. It was the only advantage I had, the only way I could gain the upper hand. And keeping lists became a habit. I've found that it disciplines the mind and keeps my thoughts organised. I'm an accountant by nature, and my ability to bring order to a place where chaos reigns has turned out to be a profitable skill. So who is that imp hiding in your bag? The tiefling smiles as a little creature peeks curiously out of the bag. It has big drooping ears, a small round face, and big round eyes that gaze at you curiously. This is Crow. He's my business partner. He also happens to be my familiar. I have no idea how he wound up in the abyss, but he's not had an easy time of it either. If our paths hadn't crossed, we'd both be dead by now. He's probably the only one I truly trust. The imp fidgets beneath your gaze and finally darts back down into the bag to hide. Success Knowledge Arcana. It's an odd to see an imp, an infernal creature, here in the abyss. The fundamentally chaotic nature of this place must be repugnant to a creature born on the plane of order and evil. Your imp is an infernal creature. How has he managed to survive here in the abyss? Zeklex looks at you with respect. It's nice to meet a person who knows the difference between an imp and a quasit. Yes, Crow is a devil, though a lesser one. I have no idea how he ended up here, but at the time we met he was extremely unwell. Staying in the abyss is not much easier for him than staying underwater would be for a mortal. So that's how I spent my first real money I managed to earn here, on his fine stolen to order bag. It has magic symbols sewn inside It has magic symbols sewn inside it that make its interior bearable for Crow. I have no more questions. I'm glad I could satisfy your curiosity. I'd like to talk to Imangaleth. The imp pokes his head out of the bag in surprise. You seem to have aroused his curiosity. His sad, drooping ears perk up with excitement and he stares at you with his big round eyes. You wish to speak to Imangaleth? I'm afraid that's impossible. Imangaleth never communicates with anyone except his most trusted aides, and Gelderfang is under strict orders to kill anyone who tries to talk to his master without permission. Imangaleth believes that minimising his contact with the outside world will make the audience in the arena want him even more. I want all of Alushinyrra to know my name. I want you to arrange a match for me against your strongest gladiator. The tiefling falls silent. He looks as though he is calculating something in his head. Finally he responds. If that's truly your goal, you will have to defeat the current champion. If you kill Gelderfang, your name will be on everyone's lips. But you'll have to prove yourself if you want to face the champion. A fight with Gelderfang is a big deal here in Alushinyrra, and only members of the Nahidrian League, the elite gladiators of the Battle Abyss, are considered worthy opponents. Killing others just to entertain spectators? These creatures of the Abyss saw death and destruction in such a careless, casual manner. But it is extremely difficult to join the league. You have to slay an active member and take their place. So if you wish to fight the champion, you'll have to spend a lot of time in the arena. However, if you would like, I could arrange a fight between you and another newcomer. If you can prove yourself in battle, I will be able to find you a match against a more reputable opponent. Oh, we're not on the demon path, so we can't do that. Very well, let's try. I've killed hundreds of demons. Why should I have to prove myself to anyone? The tiefling shrugs. I'm sure you fought countless enemies back on Galarian, but this is the Abyss. No one cares. If you want the audiences to respect you, you have to prove yourself in the arena. They won't take you seriously until you show them what you can do. Very well, I'll prove myself. I'll fight another newcomer. The tiefling nods respectfully. I'm glad we've reached an understanding. We'll come back later, though, to do it. Zeklex bows respectfully. From the depths of his bag, you see a glint of large, curious, round eyes. Right, how long have I been recording? An hour and a half again. Alright, to be honest, I'm exhausted.
Precisely.
You could probably tell from how terrible that that Brummy accent was. I mean, I'm not great at tons of accents anyway, really, but that was sloppy and my throat is hurting. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there for now, but I think next time we'll start the arena and maybe try and do all of it. So that can be our goal next time. But yeah, thanks for watching. You can subscribe if you like. I'll be posting episodes of this daily, and leave a like or a comment if you're feeling generous. But yeah, cheers. See ya.